Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. Can I ask the team over there to join us? Highly appreciated. Oh, you're bringing the laptop. Wow, that's very real. Would it be an idea to leave it behind for 10 minutes, have something to eat, and not a good idea. How about you guys, Team 5 over there? Earth calling Team 5. Come and have a seat. You need to get away from the desk. This is not how strict we were at Holst Center, by the way. No. First of all, what triggered me, you've heard my name, Margot Nijkamp. I was the former HR and operations director at Holst Center here in Eindhoven. Anyone besides you familiar with Holst Center? Wow, we've done good, Meanwhile, I have started a spin-off from Holst Center called the Red Bluejay Foundation, and I will explain in a minute what Red Bluejay is. What triggered me in y'all's event here is that it's called the Science Hack Day and that nerds are cool. So I looked up all sorts of philosophies on nerds. And what I found was nerds were those who don't go to the party because they have homework. Can you all see? Can you see it? And the geeks are those that go to the party but bring their homework. Who of you recognizes this? You recognize this. You're a geek. You've just turned from nerd to geek, I think, yeah. What is a nerd? Anyone, any ideas? Why'd you call yourself nerds?
Somebody with very special skills.
Exactly, Red Bluejays. Anyone else? Somebody?
Someone passionate about something. Passionate, yeah.
What do you think, Renee? What are nerds? Why'd you call these guys nerds?
They are dedicated to very special issues.
Very good, cool. So is this true or false? Not really true, right? You do so many more things than not bring your homework. Renee, can we have the next slide, please? What I've often seen in the Eindhoven area, and I don't know if you recognize this, is that we often speak about technology. And we often speak about technology as if it were human. And if you look at the Internet of Things, I thought that was highly interesting. Why do we call it the Internet of Things and not the Internet of Humans? We draw schedules of how people interact. We say this is an organization chart. Who of you works in an organization where you have such a chart? Is this really how you work? Do you literally go from here to there to the top man? Or do you maybe speak amongst each other too? Exactly. So if you look at the Internet of Things, we talk about machine-to-machine communication. Why would we want machine-to-machine communication? Anyone? Come on, hackers, wake up! Why would we want machine-to-machine communication? Service. Anything else? And who needs the service? Humans. Yep. So this is interesting to see that we now portray technology in a sphere that we think can be streamlined in that way, where we all know we have the WhisperNet. Whispering is something that humans do. We have something called a gossip protocol between sensors. Apparently sensors start gossiping with each other. God knows why, but it happens. But what really happens is the way you see on the right-hand side, and that is everything is interconnected with each other. So do we agree that it's more the Internet of Humans than the Internet of Things? Do you recognize this? Okay, cool. Can we have the next slide? That brought me to the next question. If you look at the one hand, I've made a comparison between humans and technology. Why? Because I strongly believe that everything that is technology is a copy of what humans do. If you look at sensors, etc., anyone recognize this? If you look at communication, we have a talk with each other and someone's not listening and you say, is this thing on? Are you really listening to me? Our memory. Human memory is selective, to say the least. I mean, that's I think, the elegant version. In technology, we have random access memory, etc., terabytes. I'm the least technical person you will ever talk to, by the way. But there is one main difference. Actually, there's two main differences. Humans have intuition or a hunch, never seen in technology before, until you build an algorithm that can have the hunch. But that means you have to put it in. I see someone going, no, I'm challenged, lovely. Not true? Mm. And do you think we're at the point where robots can do the same thing as humans already? As well. That's pretty good. A cockroach. Yeah. Very good ambition level, but let's keep it up. I'm sure, by the way, with hackers like you, we will get there much sooner. If it were up to me, we would never get there. There's another thing that's different between humans and technology, and that is our robustness. We are not really reproducible. If we sense something the one morning, we will say it was absolutely fine. If we sense something, the same something the next day, we say, that was crap. I really did not like that. Why? Because the kids were fighting over the iPad, it was not a good morning, the weather wasn't good, we didn't sleep well. So our reproducibility is challenged, to say the least. So that's what you're working on currently. Copies of humans in technology working for humans. So cool. Can we have the next, Renee? Now, what is intuition? I have made, for the first time in my life, I have made a sort of a schedule, a mathematical schedule on what I think intuition is. Anyone challenge me? Intuition, I say, is our instinct multiplied by experience, multiplied by our subconscious, minus reason at the speed of light. Do we see flaws in this? Come on, hackers. This one? Why is the speed of light in... factor 2? Okay, good. What does it need to be? Okay. Right, see? That's why I'm not in y'all's hackathon. Yeah. So what does it need to be? To the factor C? How would you rewrite it?
If you want to put it at the line of speed, there must be an equal sign in it. So therefore, I don't understand the sentence in the bottom with the comparison with the problem.
Very good. So you will help me hack this and rewrite it.
I'm doubting if the sentence can be formulated.
It's not doable? Mm-hmm. So you can't... Very good. So what we're saying, there is no algebra for intuition. Okay. It's good.
You cannot have comparison. Intuition is something, 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 which is, you have a double comparison.
Very good. Okay, I'm going to need y'all's help to rewrite this. You have 2 minutes. I think instinct is something else than subconscious. And experience is something that we can reproduce and sort of do storytelling on. Instinct is what females always struggle with. You might recognize this. Something you can't explain. Experience you can explain. You say, I was here for this sort of project and we did things such and such and such. In my experience, this works and that doesn't. But instinct is something that can happen at 100 meters without you wanting to, or can explain what happens. Okay, I'm going to ask you all to rewrite intuition. Can I have the next one, Renee? Oh God, another mathematical schedule. I'm going to be in such trouble. But this one I can explain. If you have people who work on the same topic, at the top line, you have people working on the same topic and who do not feel very comfortable with each other or do not trust each other, which is the sort of thunder and lightning in the middle that you see there. You have two smart owls working on the same topic, but because they threaten each other, they don't come up with their initial result had they worked on it separately. So you get 1 and 1 is less than 1. If you go to 1 and 1 is 1, you have these two lovely owls, blissfully unaware of each other. They work on the same topic, pretty much come up with the same result, and 1 and 1 is 1. I want to be challenged, guys, so don't sleep ahead. 1 and 1 is 2, as if the owls start interacting. I know this, you know that. We put it on top of each other, and then 1 and 1 is a blissful 2. Where it becomes interesting is if you can find something in other parties that you talk to that is common ground. That can be something that has nothing to do with your project or your technology. It could be that someone is a sailor. It could be that someone has an autistic child in school. Whatever it is, you can find common ground in other people that have nothing to do with your knowledge. But by building trust, and especially by asking silly questions of each other, you can come up with unique results. And then 1 and 1 becomes more than 2, or 1 and 1 becomes more than 3. Any challenges? Aha! I got the hacker crowd quiet. No. Okay, so teamwork works as such that if you challenge each other, if you trust each other to ask silly questions, if you're in different fields, you can actually spark something in someone else who will then bike home and go, I can't believe I got that question. Why would he ask me something so stupid? And then the next morning you get up, that's it. I should have looked at it from a different direction. So that's the kind of talent we hired at Whole Center. Renee. Battery management. Important topic, especially for all of you working on smart cities and redesigning and future cities. You're all going to be working very, very hard this weekend. I've even heard that some of you are going to work overnight until you have something unique in the morning and something to present to the jury tomorrow evening. So battery management is important. How do you do energy harvesting? By interacting with each other. If you only stare at your screen, you're going to not interact. Anyone recognize this? No? So what you do is you work with great people, have fun in the process, and you spend a lot of energy, but you can actually get very energized by working with people with different ideas. So make sure to ask each other questions. Very important. You can reduce the leakage of your energy. How do you do that? Stop staring at it and walk away from it. If you keep staring at the same thing over and over again, the answer is not going to come to you. Who of you recognizes this? Who has ever walked away from their screen, had a cup of coffee? Can you explain? Ah, it's instinct. It's instinct.
Oh, it is, okay.
How did it work?
Well, if you stare at a screen, then indeed you can't find the answer, and next morning under the shower it just pops into your head, and would have never gotten into your head if you just keep staring at it.
Who else recognized this? Can you explain what happened and how you worked with it? So colleagues, important, coffee corner, venting frustration, and then getting feedback from people saying, have you looked at it this way and this way?
Because always there is some neurological explanation. When you get relaxed for sport or in the shower, there is some low waves that are generating in the brain and that are actually activating new paths in your brain. Then you can see things that you are not seeing, because seeing the same thing again and again actually is the same neuron that are activated once and once and once, but actually it does not work.
And I have read something on the internet. That's every idea. It's like a seed, so you have to plant it and to wait a little bit till he grow up.
Yeah, true. Planting the seed, and that is exactly what the last one is, which makes it ultra low power. If you trust yourself and your team to come up with something brilliant, and that's what you said, if you plant the seed and you know it will get there, then let it go and discuss some other things that you're also working on, and it will come to you.
For me, it works because it's like thinking out of the box. When you're on it, you're sitting right in it, and if you go away, yeah, you're sitting on the box, and if you go away, then for a while, then it's like out of the box. You're having a broader view on your problem.
Very true. Yeah, you wanted to say something.
Yes, what also works magnificently, I noticed, is explaining the problem to someone or something else even. I like to call it the cardboard programmer I make use of with a few friends of mine. Sometimes we play the cardboard programmer for the other guy, and they just explain the problem, and during the explanation they get the solution.
What also helps, and that's exactly what you're saying, is having to explain it to someone else or make a drawing of it instead of words. Then you have to think about it differently. So that's your battery management, and so don't get stressed. You will get there, and you're going to be awesome for the jury tomorrow. Last slide. So that's what I wish you. I wish you good science hack days. I said it's more than one day. And I know that you will come up with some really cool results that no one else would have come up with because you're interacting with each other. So good luck, and I hope this was at least a sort of a little shake-up from what you're doing. It's staring at your screen. So good luck, all teams.
Thank you, Margot. And now it's time for dinner. So dinner is served at the back. And we can take an hour and then get back at 7.